Nobody really talks about credit scores until they need one. It's one of those things that just gets swept under the rug. Let's look at 7 reasons why you should work on improving your credit score. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your credit score matters and what you need to start building it. The first reason why a good credit score is important is because of interest rates. When you take out a loan, whether it's for a house, a car, or even just a personal loan, the lender wants to know that you're good for it, right? They need assurance that lending you money is a safe bet. They want to see that you're responsible with money and that you're likely to pay them back on time. This is crucial for them to minimize their risk. That's where your credit score comes in. It's a quick snapshot of your financial reliability. It's basically like your financial report card. Just like in school, a higher score means you're doing well. A good credit score tells lenders that you're a low-risk borrower, which means they're more likely to offer you a lower interest rate. This can make a huge difference in your financial obligations. Even a small difference in interest rates can save you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars over the life of a loan. It's a significant amount of money that can be used elsewhere. Think about it this way. Let's say you're buying a $400,000 house. The interest rate you get can drastically affect your monthly payments. With a good credit score, you might qualify for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage at 5%. This can make your dream home more affordable. But if your credit score is kind of rough, you might be looking at a rate of 6% or even higher. This higher rate can add up quickly. That 1% difference in interest rates could cost you an extra $70,000 or more over the life of that 30-year mortgage. It's a huge financial burden that can be avoided with a better credit score. The second reason is you can join a good credit card rewards program. Some reward programs will give you a little bonus for spending money you were going to spend anyway. Free travel, cash back, and points that you can redeem for pretty much anything. But here's the thing. Those amazing credit card offers with the best rewards aren't for just anyone. Yeah, they're usually reserved for people with good credit scores. Think of it from the credit card company's perspective. They need to make sure they're lending money to someone who will pay them back. They're taking a risk every time they approve someone for a credit card. It's like giving someone a loan and hoping they won't default. They're essentially giving you a line of credit that you can use to make purchases, and they're trusting that you're going to pay them back. It's a big deal. So, naturally, they want to see that you've got a solid track record of responsible credit card use. This means paying your bills on time and not maxing out your cards. A good credit score tells the credit card company that you're a safe bet, which makes them more likely to approve you for their best cards and offer you rewards. It's like getting a gold star for being financially responsible. On the other hand, if your credit score is on the lower side, you might have a harder time getting approved for credit cards in the first place. It can be really frustrating, and even if you do get approved, you're probably going to be stuck with a higher interest rate and fewer perks. Having a good credit score can also increase your credit limit, which can be super helpful if you need to make a large purchase or cover an unexpected expense. Plus, having a higher credit limit can actually improve your credit utilization ratio, which will boost your credit score even further. The third reason for a good credit score is lower insurance premiums. That's right, even insurance companies are checking your credit score these days. Now you might be thinking, what does my credit score have to do with my ability to drive a car? And it's a fair question, but the logic here is that insurance companies use your credit score as a way to assess your level of risk. They figure that if you're responsible with your finances, you're probably also more likely to be responsible in other areas of your life, like driving safely. So, if you've got a good credit score, you're likely to see lower premiums on things like auto insurance and homeowners insurance. And on the flip side, if your credit score is less than stellar, you might end up paying a higher premium. The good news is, just like with your credit card interest rates, even a small improvement in your credit score can make a difference in your insurance premiums. So if you're looking to save some money on your insurance, improving your credit score is a great place to start. Finding a great apartment or rental property can be tough enough as it is. The process can be overwhelming, with so many options to consider and so many factors to weigh. You've got to weed through endless listings, deal with competitive markets, and hope that you can actually snag a place before someone else does. The last thing you want is for your credit score to hold you back. Imagine finding the perfect place only to be turned down because of a number on a report. But the reality is, more and more landlords are using credit checks as part of their screening process. This is the fourth reason why you need a good score. It's standard practice in the rental industry. They want to see that you're a responsible tenant who's likely to pay their rent on time and take good care of their property. This gives them peace of mind and ensures a smooth rental experience. And you guessed it, your credit score plays a big role in that assessment. It's one of the first things they look at when evaluating potential tenants. If you've got a good credit score, landlords are going to see you as a lower-risk tenant. This can open doors to better rental opportunities and more favorable lease terms. This means you're more likely to get approved for the apartment, and you might even have more negotiating power when it comes to things like rent or lease terms. You could potentially save money or secure a longer lease. But if your credit score is on the lower side, landlords might be hesitant to rent to you. They may see you as a higher risk, which can make the approval process more challenging. They might worry that you're not going to pay your rent on time or that you might damage the property. These concerns can lead to a lot of stress and uncertainty for both parties. So if you're planning on renting an apartment or house anytime soon, having a good credit score can make the entire process a whole lot smoother and less stressful. The fifth reason is for landing your dream job. Okay, I know this one might sound a little crazy, but hear me out. While it's not as common as, say, checking your credit score for a loan or a rental application, some employers actually do check credit reports as part of their hiring process. Now, before you freak out, let me clarify a few things. First of all, employers can't see your actual credit score. They can only see your credit report, which is basically a detailed history of your credit accounts and payment history. And second, not all employers check credit reports. It's more common in certain industries like finance or government jobs, where handling money or sensitive information is part of the job description. But the point is, if you're in the job market, having a good credit history can potentially give you a leg up on the competition. It shows potential employers that you're responsible, trustworthy, and capable of managing your finances effectively. The sixth reason is for getting those utilities up and running. Alright, let's talk about something that we don't always think about when we're talking about credit scores. Getting utilities set up in your name. Whether you're moving into a new apartment or just switching providers, utility companies often check your credit score as part of their application process. Now you might be wondering why a utility company would care about your credit score. Well, it's pretty simple actually. They're providing you with a service, electricity, gas, water, internet, and they want to make sure that you're good for it. They want to see that you have a history of paying your bills on time and that you're not a high-risk customer. If you've got a good credit score, getting utilities set up in your name is usually a breeze. You'll likely be approved quickly, and you might not even have to put down a security deposit. But if your credit score is on the lower side, things can get a little trickier. The seventh reason is for lower security deposits. Let's be real, security deposits can be a real pain, especially when you're already shelling out a ton of money for moving expenses or a new apartment. But here's the good news. Having a good credit score can actually help you lower or even waive those pesky security deposits altogether. Think about it this way. Landlords and utility companies see a security deposit as a way to protect themselves from potential financial losses. If you damage the property or skip out on your bills, they can use your security deposit to cover the costs. But if you have a good credit score, they're more likely to trust that you're a responsible tenant or customer who's going to hold up their end of the bargain. And if they're not as worried about potential losses, they're more likely to be lenient with security deposits. This means that with a good credit score, you might be able to get away with putting down a smaller security deposit, or you might even be able to skip it entirely. So there you have it, 7 reasons why a good credit score is important. It's not just about getting approved for loans or credit cards, it's about accessing better rates, lower insurance premiums, smoother rental applications, and even potentially landing your dream job. Remember, your credit score is a reflection of your financial habits, and like any habit, it takes time and effort to build good ones. Start by checking your credit report regularly, make sure you're paying your bills on time, and keep your credit card balances low. These small steps can make a world of difference in the long run and set you up for financial success. Now check out this next video to build a richer life one dime at a time. Thanks for watching.